The reason why a lot of men struggle for motivation and struggle to maintain consistency and change their life is because they are placing too much emphasis on the wrong things and looking for motivation in the wrong areas. You see, it's great to envision the car that you're going to drive when you make your money, the house that you're going to live in when you make your money, the part of the world that you're going to live in when you make your money. But ultimately, when you are really low on motivation and you're struggling to get your ass out of bed and you feel like giving up and you feel like quitting, these things are not going to get you there. These things aren't going to give you the boost that you need to maintain your consistency and make real change, because they seem too far away. But if you start shifting your lens to motivations that are deeper, motivations that are not superficial, motivations that will really get you up when you're down, and start asking yourself questions such as, what will my future kids think of me if I quit right now? You're going to find that all of a sudden you don't have excuses. All of a sudden you have energy. All of a sudden you don't want to quit anymore. You see, it's not that you can't do it. It's not that you're not good enough to make change. It's not that you're not good enough to build the business or win the sports competition or progress professionally if you feel stuck at the moment. It's just that you are motivated by the wrong things, and subsequently that motivation is not strong enough to propel you to where you need to be. So start asking yourself, what kind of dad do I want to be? What do I want my kids to say about me? Because there are going to be times, if you're a guy and you want kids, that you're having conversations with your children and they're asking you, Daddy, what did you achieve before you have kids or had kids? And if you didn't do anything special, then you're going to have to be honest and you're going to have to say, well, not a great deal, but I had you. And, they're going to love you and they're going to respect you, but maybe they're going to respect you a little bit less if you didn't have any achievements to tell them or you didn't have any awesome stories to tell them. But if today you start asking yourself and reminding yourself on a daily basis, I need to keep going and I need to push myself for me, but also for my future kids. Also, so I can tell some cool stories. Also, so I can set a good example for them by showing them what their dad did. Wouldn't it be amazing to be able to sit in front of your future kids and show them your achievements? Show them how you exercise discipline. Show them the medals you won. Show them the projects you worked on professionally. Show them the impact that you had on the world, and not just to gloat. This isn't about sitting down with your kids and doing some kind of show and tell episode and showing them all your feats to make you feel better. It's about setting an example with the hope that the discipline that you exerted, with the hope that the work that you did has a positive impact on them. And that hopefully they go on in their life and they do wonderful things and try and show their children the same lessons. Now, a lot of guys will think that this is too deep. A lot of guys will think this is too serious, and they'll continue thinking that a sports car is going to give them the motivation and the inspiration that they need for the rest of their life. It won't. And at some point or another, they will discover that. But if you're struggling for motivation and you are finding that there are moments where you want to be inspired by something bigger than yourself, start asking yourself, What would my kids think if I gave up right now? Start asking yourself, how do I want my future kids to describe me? Because these are the things that are going to get you going. These are the things that are going to help you to get your ass in gear and make long and lasting change. The superficial's great, but ultimately it only gets you to a certain level. When you are thinking at a different level of consciousness, such as this, the excuses disappear. The laziness disappears. The lack of ambition disappears. You understand you have an incredible opportunity to make an impact before your kids are born, where you can then share that with them and pass on a wonderful example. And hopefully inspire them. A ripple effect as such. I found in my experience that being motivated by the superficial only serves as a small part of inspiration. Now, I want nice things. I want a nice car, good money, a beautiful property, multiple homes, of course. But more than not, the thing that gets me to do the difficult work, especially when I don't want to, is thinking forward and asking myself, what do I want my future kids to say about me? And what don't I want them to say about me? And what kind of dad do I want to be? And the reality is, with every action you take, you are shaping and molding that man. Now, there are a lot of guys who will take shortcuts, they will make bad decisions, and they will live an unfulfilling life. And they will mold a character that aligns with those decisions. But there are also men who will consider the type of dad and type of man they want to become and make good decisions. And subsequently one day be able to share his lessons and his experiences and his achievements and his accolades and his wins with his kids, with the hope of inspiring them and helping them and setting a good example. I want to add, for the record, there are examples of many men who wasted their 20s and wasted some of their 30s and had kids and turned their life around completely and were excellent parents and started to do great work after they had kids. It's not one or the other, it can be both. But what I say to you is now, look, if you're a young guy and you've not yet had kids, this is an opportunity to get ahead. This is an opportunity to make some cool stories right now and have some accolades to share with your kids when they arrive, when they start to learn to read and write. You can tell them all the good things that you did and set that example, rather than having to do the difficult job of being a parent and then doing that work on yourself at the same time, because it's just less likely that you are going to all of a sudden change yourself completely in 20 years' time, in 10 years' time. If you have never done that before, if you've never done that work before, you're just not going to become a dad and then turn into Superman. It's not likely. But if you start molding that character now, by the time those kids have arrived, you're going to have some awesome stories to tell, some awesome achievements to share, and you're going to have a positive impact on them and be an excellent role model. So look, that's something that I wanted to talk about today. It's something that I take great inspiration in, and I hope helps you guys as well to find some inspiration in those moments where you are struggling for inspiration. Think forward and ask yourself, what would your future kids think of you if you quit right now? And what do you want your future kids to think about their dad? And that starts today with every single action that you take. Look guys, if you took some value from this video, be sure to smash the like button. Subscribe to my channel if you are new and comment your thoughts down below. I'll be really interested to hear what you got to say. For you guys that are already subscribed, do consider turning on post notifications so that you are notified every single time that I upload. As always guys, thank you for your time and your attention, and I will see you in the next one.